There's actually a saying from Maury that I never got as a kid. I made a second game file for the extra bit at the end of the first parts, by the way, so let's just start with the original. So yeah, he mentions something about Booney. Remember from the first game when he was just a little troublemaker? Well, he's back in this one.
Booney's dad just called. He says the little tyke's run away from home again. No one knows where he went.
Oh great, so now we've got 2 missions outside of the one close by. We've got Gators in the sewers and now Booney's gone missing. So we gotta track him down just like old times. No Thunder Egg this time, but we'll get a mass amount of opals as a reward. But one thing at a time. Hey, paisanos! This is ToonGamer23, and welcome back to Let's Play Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2, Bush Rescue! So in the last part, we were introduced to this game in an epic all-out war on Currawong, and Boss Cass ended up breaking out of prison, so he's at it again. And unfortunately, things have become a bit more complicated, considering he's the president of his own country, so diplomatic immunity plays a huge part in it. Him and his lizards. Speaking of lizards, who we got here? So yeah, right at the start with Burramudgee Town, with Bush Rescue HQ. We've got a research facility and a watchtower. Yeah. Ooh, and even some invisible platforms if you look closely. So yeah, we're gonna get the Inforang again in this game. So, alright, but first things first, let's see what this frill lizard is up to.
Crikey! You're a frill lizard. What are you doing here?
What does it look like? I'm working, mate. Not all lizards are bad, you know.
Fair enough.
My name's Sneath, and my mate over there's Keith.
G'day.
I'm the cook, and he's the mechanic. Although we sometimes swap jobs. Either way, I'm usually up to my elbows in grease.
Righto.
I also take care of the Bush Rescue training program. If you want to scrub up on your rescue skills, just meet me over at that sign.
Okay, so yeah. Not all lizards work for Cass. Some of them just want to make an honest living, so. Okay, so. Using stuff and talking to people. Action button Y activates switches and talks to people. Whenever you see an exclamation point above Ty, it means you can interact with something. And there's also a point in which Julius pops up and gives you a brief update about the call sheets. I mentioned this at the end of the last one. If you press the Z button, it'll just automatically go to where you need to go. Okay, so if you press the start screen and pause the game, it'll give you a map of the area. Honestly, a lot more reliable map, not just a crudely drawn map like in the first game. So yeah, you got all the bells and whistles here in the menu. Okay, call sheet, Bush Rescue training program, tree rescue. See Sneath to start your Bush Rescue training. Tree rescue, find Booney. That's a croc. Some crocodiles are loose in the sewers. Help Ranger Ken get rid of them. Okay, so just stick with the training right now. Let's brush up on our skills. There's even a handful of new ones.
Righto, mate. First thing you need to know is how to get a better look around the place.
You can do that by using the C-stick. Just push it left or right to spin the camera around.
And you can move the camera distance in and out by pressing up and down on the control pad.
Mate, did you know that you can tailor the camera to your liking? You can change this through the options menu.
They got that feature in already? I remember the 1960 games where a single flustered cameraman on a unicycle covered the whole event.
I love these two. Okay, so yeah. This is the camera. And he said the options menu, so... Okay, so the camera, so yeah, you can change the rotation direction from normal to invert, camera move speeds, auto center, enable jump with tie. Let's enable that. Let's see. So yeah, he'll move with you as you jump. I think I'll keep that on.
If you haven't worked it out already, mate, you can use those legs of yours to jump. It's easy, really. Press the jump button to get some air. Just like Jess, the jumping Joey from Jabalooka.
It is fat ass get up there. Okay, so yeah. Even pinpoint real locations in Australia, considering that Chrome Studios is based in the Aussie territory.
Before you had your ranks, mate, you had a set of pearly white choppers.
Yep, and in your case, you've got a good set of teeth on you. Just like Starkey, the snub-nosed shark from Strathpine.
Here's how you can use them to bite things. Just press the bite button when you're near crates or bad guys.
Fair enough.
And, as luck would have it, we've got some crates right here. Why don't you have a go at biting them?
Use my rangs on one, so kind of that's kind of a cheap shot. Okay, so biting, just like old times. And spy eggs, yeah, we got them in this game too.
Here's a skill that should come in handy. See these floating thingamajigs?
They're called spy eggs. Anyways, if you press the bite button repeatedly, you can chain your bites together. Just like Billy the chain-biting buildie from Boona.
Righto.
Beauty is, you can chain bite your way up to hard-to-reach places. Why don't you give it a go?
How they managed to jump that high in one go just amazes me. Okay, so yeah, just like Sonic's homing ability, you have to chain your bites together. Okay, chain those pearly whites. All right, next.
Did you know that you can use those two rangs of yours as makeshift wings? That's right. You can hold them out and use them to glide across wide gaps.
All you have to do is press the jump button. And when you're in the air, press and hold the jump button again.
And you glide through the sky like Glenn the gliding goose from Glen Iris.
How do they know all these people or animals? I don't see any TV or radio in their mechanic shack, so yeah, they must read the news.
Well, looky here. Some water. Just like a big bath. But you wouldn't know what that is, would you, Keith?
Steady on there, mate. Anyways, Ty, we'll teach you how to swim in the water. It's easy, really.
When you're in the drink, press the bite button to dive, then tap the jump button to start swimming.
And they just leap across the pond. Alright, yeah. Just like Rex taught ya way back when. Okay, so yeah. That's not all. Yeah, grab those opal bags for some currency. Okay, so yeah, unlike the last game where you had to collect 300 opals in an area, this time their opals are used as currency and they only come in a red color, so yeah, you don't have to worry about re-skimming every square inch of land just for that one measly opal that you missed for a measly thunder egg, so that's a huge relief in this one.
You can swim all right, mate. Time to learn how to dive.
All you have to do is run and press the jump button near the water's edge. Then press the bite button to do a dive. I reckon you'll take to it like Dave the diving duck from Darwin.
Already did that, so. Alright, 10 out of 10. Not really, you're nowhere fit for the Olympics, but it's a start.
There are some places that are too high to jump up.
In some of these places, you might find a bunch of vines, or even a ladder.
Like this one here.
Anyways, just walk into them to start climbing. Easy, eh?
If you want to get off, just press the jump button. I reckon you'll be as good a climber as Matt the Mountaineering Magpie. He's from Maroochydore.
Wherever that is. But anyway, this is a gaming mechanic though that's new to Thai. That was never introduced in the first game. Alright, so yeah, climbing, move onto a ladder to automatically start climbing. Get off the ladder by pressing the jump button. So yeah, I guess they found a bunch of tires and just built this in their spare time.
See that target way up there?
If you hold down Ty's view button, you'll get a ring's eye view of the place. You can throw your rings with greater accuracy this way. Why don't you give it a go now?
And they're behind the gates, like magic. Sorcery is that. Alright. I spy with my little eye a shiny red button. Let's hope it doesn't erase history. Okay, open sesame.
Careful, mate. There's a big drop just ahead.
You know how we taught you to glide across gaps, right? Well, if you ever jump off a cliff, you can reach the bottom safely by gliding.
Yeah, mate, go on. Jump off this cliff and give it a go.
Okay. Alright, so just a straight plummets into the canyon. Okay, face first.
Here's something you might find useful when you're up against Cass's goons.
What's that?
It's the ability to lock onto a bad guy and always hit him with your rings.
When you see a bad guy, press the lock-on button. While you hold the button down, you'll always face your foe.
When you throw your ring, it'll head right for him no matter which way you run him.
Have a go on this fella here.
Okay, so yeah, this, let's see. Press. Thought it was, no, come on. Okay, so yeah. Lock on button R, press and holds to lock onto the nearest enemy or objects. Tip, release and press again to switch to another enemy or object. You can lock onto many objects. Oh yes, just basically the same Z targeting mechanic from Ocarina of Time, I guess. There's even a cursor that appears. Nice.
See these rails?
Well, if you jump up on them, you can start grinding.
It's a great way to get around the place. Why don't you give it a whirl?
Okay, so yeah, this is another new gaming mechanic. Grinding. Jump onto the grind rail. Tie will automatically be propelled forward. To get off the grind rail, press the jump button. Okay, so time to mimic Sonic in his grind rail sessions. Alright, not too shabby, mate.
Well done, mate. You've learned just about every bush rescue trick in the book.
Mate, there's a bunch of Hollywood types at Min Min Plains making a film. but it looks like Cass has sent a welcoming party to shake things up. When you get a chance, go get rid of Cass's hoons.
Okay, opal reward for completing the mission. Okay. Alright, so while we're here, we may as well just see if we can get our mitts on some goodies. Okay, so this is currently inaccessible. Yeah, warp ring. We don't have that. The purple crystal behind the fence is a warp crystal. You can use the warp ring to teleport you next to it. Only when the time comes. Whatever is most convenient to us whenever we get it. Oh well, so the least we can do is just kind of get a bearing on this place. So there's some collectibles to be found even around here. So before we head into town, let's stock up on a few opals. Oh, shoot. Well, at least we can dive down here and grab some opal bags while we're at it. Okay. So it's a no-brainer that certain colors equal certain amounts of opals. Okay, so yeah, blue ones are 10, green ones are 25, and what's the orange one? Whopping 200. Alright, so yeah. This is actually a pretty good place to farm up on opals every time you reset the game, so if you're a bit low on cash, you can just go for a dip and swim around a bit. And if you look closely, the aquarangs are just basic copies of Ty's trademark boomerangs. So they didn't even bother transferring the models of the aquarangs from the first game over to this game. It sucks. Okay. Okay, stock up. Alright, chain jump. Chain those chomps. Okay. Alright, what do we got up in the watchtower? Nothing. This is a crudely drawn map of, oh, wait a minute. Oh, pictures! Alright, so you might recall that from the first game, we went around collecting concept art. Oh, and what do we have here? A Bilby! No, not caged, but still lost and missing his family, so might as well give a little mates a hand. And what's that glittering and shimmering in the distance? It's a cog! Not a golden one, but a platinum cog. And it's too far to reach. Alright, and Julius! Long time no see.
There are literally billions and billions of things that haven't been invented yet.
Fascinating. Okay, so boomerangs won't do crap on those steel crates, so we're gonna need something a little bit more tougher than them, and just wooden projectiles. But it's pretty much a no-brainer. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, a couple of these crates actually have some concept art, if I do remember correctly, so the trick is to keep track of how many collectibles there are in each area, which is a lot easier said than done in the original than the remake. Okay, so let's hunt down some opals. Let's see. Aha! Here's another bilby. And another Y sign. Alright, so. Alright, concept art. Not really that exciting, considering we're just starting things out, but at the end of the game, after we've completed the game, we'll take a view at the concept art like we did with the first game. Alright. Yeah. Infarang. We don't need no stinking Infarang. As long as you got an eagle eye, you can see those platforms. Okay, so grab the first platinum cog. Which, unfortunately, has no real purpose in this game. They're just collectibles. Period. So yeah, you don't take like a certain handful of cogs back to Julius to make certain techno rings. You actually buy them in town in this game. Okay, so it's 2 bilbies found, and I think there should be one under the takeoff ramp. Okay, so and those hoops there, you're gonna obviously need okay, so yeah, you can even grind on these little rails here. Okay, so where does this pathway go? Besides down to the... You'll notice something out there. But we're gonna need another type of rank to get that. Okay, so... more opals, please. Okay, so... get those bags. Which one's the blonde and which one has the toy bin? Young Frankenstein reference. Hilarious movie. See it if you haven't already. So, let me see. Okay, so there should be... I do remember there being a bilby under the airstrip, but I do see some rings where we're gonna need a certain type of boomerang that can hook onto those rings. So yeah. So yeah, a handful of collectibles in this area require more than just your typical boomerang, so let's see. I wanna kind of more inclined to go into town in the next part, but I think right here is a good stopping point. This was basically just to introduce the training program and just Bush Rescue HQ, just kind of exploring the place a bit. Maybe there's something upstairs. The top rail. Let's take another look. I think I missed a wooden crate somewhere. Well, there's an opal bag right there. Aha! Nope. Oh, shoot. Alright, so yeah. Mostly just trying to stock up on opals, just so we have enough to buy our first boomerang in town. Ah, gravity's a bitch. Alrighty, so let's see. Okay, so got a little bit there. I think I'm gonna need to reset the game and collect more opals off screen, but so yeah, this was mostly just for the bush rescue training mission. So, all right, so I think this will be a good stopping point. We shall continue on in the next part and actually explore Burramudgee Town, the actual town. This is just Bush Rescue HQ, just out here, and I don't know where this is. It's considered part of Burramudgee Town, but I think that this section is just neighboring canyon, just with scenery. And all your high technical buildings, like Dennis said. It's got a state-of-the-art observation lab, research lab, airstrip, and advanced headquarters, and watchtower, and all that. And even a mechanic shack, so with a couple lizards is the cook and the mechanic. Alright. And there's a lot more denizens to be found in Burramudgee Town in the next part. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, and if you would leave a comment and or like, that would be most appreciated. Until next time on Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2, Bush Rescue. This is ToonGamer23, signing out. And I see he's still grimacing at those bugs who are just buzzing around his face. It's little touches like those with the idle animation. Oh, and just that iconic twirling of the boomerangs. I really missed that. So yeah, they really did keep the idle animations. It just breathes so much life into certain characters. It would not be the same characters without them, so. Yeah, wait for it. Yeah, I had another one. Never gets old.